Welcome back, YouTubers, to another live stream with me, NJ. What's up? And this is another random last-minute live stream. Welcome back, YouTubers, to another live stream with me, NJ. No, I don't like listening to myself that much, but I use the video to get to my chat page so I can get the questions and discussions going. But yeah, I wanted to do this video because I've got some thoughts regarding the current champions and the upcoming champions within the WWE, because it's sad to say what's happened to some names, and hopefully the best is yet to come for them. But with what the WWE are doing, I'm hoping they can create something that's going to make fans happy. Because if you look at some of the matches we're getting, you can see some great ideas, some great potential storylines and future big matches. So right here, right now, I'm sorry what happened to Finn Balor, but for now, there's some pretty good things coming our way. Something that, even though I've said I'm coming out of sync with the WWE a little bit, as well as TNA, this upcoming storyline matches we're getting regarding new champions is holding my attention. I'm liking the possibilities of what we could be getting. So what I've got in front of me is the chat, and we've got someone saying, "Yo, mate, how is it going?" It's going quite well. I'm starting to like the idea of live streaming a little bit more. So when I've got my free time and work's not overtaking my mindset and my free time, I'll probably come on here and do a random discussion, rant, positivity video. So I look forward to this idea. Hello, Robert. Nice to see you. Okay, so I'm going to share this live stream just a little bit, and then I'm going to get to the topic in hand. So please bear with me. Join me to talk about the current champions and upcoming champions within the WWE. Okay, and there we go. Back. Okay, now, any news on when Goldberg will be back? Who you want to see win this Monday? Okay, there's a few questions there, so let me build up to them. The first thing I want to talk about is the current champions we've got. So for the WWE Tag Team Champions, we have the New Day. And people are getting sick of them being champions. But me, I look forward to their promos. I still find them entertaining. I still find them a pleasure to watch on Monday Night Raw. And yes, I'm getting towards the time where I want to see them lose the tag team championships. But to who? The club? Maybe in time for the next pay-per-view, they could rebuild themselves up, move themselves to be a bigger threat. Because going into SummerSlam, I did not want them to become champions. The build-up was terrible, I thought. They hadn't really deserved their shot at the championships. They were just put in there because they were heels, and it was a match to see at a pay-per-view. Going into the next pay-per-view, though, I think the club have more time to dominate the New Day to get themselves looking like a proper threat for the championships. So if it does become the club going into the next pay-per-view, not a problem, because they would have had more time preparing themselves. So yeah, I'm hoping that the club are more of a threat going into the next pay-per-view. I was hoping Enzo and Big Cass will win at SummerSlam. I'll get to Enzo More and Big Cass when we talk about the main championships. Hi, Shy WWE Gamer. How you doing? So I'd say the club to go into the next pay-per-view look like a threat, because right now they're the biggest heel tag team we've got going on Raw. Yes, there's a small chance that Jericho and Owens might not win the tournament to go towards the next pay-per-view to face the champion. But with what I'm going to be saying later, I'd like to think that they're not going to remain as a tag team too much longer. The other tag team championships, though, the SmackDown ones, that interesting me, because we've got American Alpha. This is what SmackDown should be for. The newer talent, the younger talent, proving that they're just as good as the older, the longer term tag teams. You know what I'm trying to say? So if they go through all this and come out on top, brilliant. Nice move. But we've got the Usos. I'm sorry, guys. The Usos, as much you can't split them up, really. You can't do that. I don't really want to see them as our champions again. Not for a while yet, anyway. They've almost had their run. They've almost been champion for quite some time. Then overused tag team in some way. So I'm hoping that they don't build their way towards the championships. The Vaudevillains, they're a new, younger tag team, but to be honest, the WWE have slightly given them a chance to be a threat, to be a strong tag team in the WWE when they had that last little run thing they had. But I don't really feel them being the champions is I don't know, because I think they're an okay heel tag team, but I personally don't want them as our champions yet. I'd have them as contenders for the new champions. Why not? Ascension, people like Breezango, but I just don't like either man. I don't like Tyler Breeze. I don't like Fandango. It's nice to see that they're remaining on TV. They're remaining on weekly TV instead of being released or dropped as jobbers. But I just don't like them. I don't. Hype bros. I I just find them a little bit non-serious tag teams. They're entertainers, you know. Zack Ryder, I do find him to be somewhat a catch on TV, but I just don't take him serious enough in this particular tag team to be our champions. Slater and Rhino, I'm hoping they end that Slater run. Oh, give me a job, give me a job. I want to prove myself and all that, but I don't want him as our champion. So really, the Vaudevillains, but my choice would be American Alpha. So I want to say American Alpha, Vaudevillains in that order. So my choice would be American Alpha. Going to the chat. How do you feel on the IC and the US titles? They need to fix them. That's what I'm going to go on to. The Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. Okay, there's two things about The Miz. Number one, him defeating Apollo Crews. As much as The Miz is really doing good for himself right now, I'm hoping by him defeating Apollo Crews, the next challenger is going to be an uprising talent. Because if he loses it to oh gosh, my mind's gone a bit blank. Like a name like Dean Ambrose. I'm just using this as a guess because I was struggling to think. Dean Ambrose has been there for a while now. Yes, the older guys who've been there still need to be on TV and doing stuff, forwarding storyline, putting people over. But I think the way Miz is being built up, the way Miz is going, he could do a lot better at speaking down to the newer, younger talent and putting them over in an IC championship match. So I'm hoping Miz's next challenger is going to be a younger guy. But after that promo against Daniel Bryan, no, I do not think Daniel Bryan's going to come out of retirement to face The Miz. Daniel Bryan is injured. He's hurt. He retired for safety reasons. And I don't really see a Daniel Bryan versus Miz feud doing anything. Miz, yes, Miz is rebuilding himself in a way. So by him defeating named top guys, could do good for this rebuilding. But in my eyes, Miz's promo work and skillfulness in the ring is what's going to make him a threat and make him a legit good champion. So keep having a feud, a confrontation, a speak up to your boss on SmackDown. But I don't think Miz Bryan's going to happen. And I'm hoping Miz faces maybe Corbin, even though it's heel versus heel. I just hope a younger talent faces the Miz. The United States champion, Rusev. Is he still? Well, it looks like he could possibly be ending his feud with Reigns, unless Reigns gets knocked out of this tournament he's in. So if Reigns gets knocked out, the feud with Rusev, because that's the prediction right now. A little spoiler as we also talk about the main championships, that Rusev might screw Reigns because of these spears. Reigns is bringing Rusev. These beatings, Reigns is bringing Rusev. I'm surprised Rusev did not come out last week to screw Reigns. The Raw just gone. I don't know why you got to skip a week to get your revenge. But if Rusev's going to do it this upcoming Raw to make sure Reigns doesn't win, to continue that feud, if that happens, more than likely Reigns and Rusev are going to have another match. And if they have another match, right now I'm struggling to see it happen. Just like I did going into SummerSlam, Reigns needs to put over Rusev. As much as this is a redemption storyline to put over Reigns, I don't think becoming United States champion is really going to make fans start supporting Reigns. Because right now, one, Rusev is on a good run, a guy we need to get behind again, a guy who needs to continue being rebuilt back up. So if he beats Reigns, that's a good start. Because when John Cena was the United States champion, when he was the champion, you could say he was putting people over by facing them, but defeating all the younger talent, the newer talent. They may have had a good match with Cena, but they still lost. So is Reigns going to become our United States champion, face the younger, newer talent, and beat them just because he's Roman Reigns, just because he's in a redemption storyline? Screw that. If Rusev and Reigns face each other again, Rusev needs to come out on top. Reigns needs to clear off and find someone else to face. Don't take the United States Championship. But if this Reigns and Rusev storyline's finished, Rusev does need another opponent. The women's, both of them. So for the Raw, Charlotte is going to be going against Bayley. The biggest problem with the women's division. Okay, I need to check what that message is in a minute. But the biggest problem with the women's division is the the new women who come in normally become champion quite quickly in their push. I'm not saying all women because it didn't happen to Becky Lynch. Sasha had to wait a while. But Charlotte was a hot choice for the WWE, especially Vince and Triple H. So she got her push and became champion. Becky is a hot choice for Triple H, and Vince is obviously seeing that she's a fan favorite too. So I wouldn't be surprised if Becky becomes champion sometime in the near future. I feel sorry for Sasha, I really do, because when Sasha lost before the reports came out, I was like, please, please, please don't have the women's championship bounce between Charlotte and Sasha. Charlotte, Sasha, like the WWE Championship did between Edge and Cena those times, or Orton and Cena. It bounced, 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 bounced. I'm I'm sorry, Sasha, but in a way, this is saving that cycle from happening. The championship bounce between you two. So with Sasha and Bailey, I see Bailey becoming champion. I'd say Charlotte may find some cheap ways to retain, but I still think Bailey, during this feud, she's going to become champion. I think Bailey is going to become champion during this feud. I don't think it's going to be Charlotte ends up on top this time round, and then in a couple of months to a year's time, then Bailey gets it. I think by the end of this feud, this current feud, Bailey's going to become champion. And I'm hoping things go better for Bailey. And when Bailey does become champion, she runs with it. She doesn't bounce it back to Charlotte, I'm hoping. The WWE Women's World Championship, Nikki Bella, Alexa Bliss, Carmella, Natalia, Naomi, and Becky Lynch. Even though it's not after WrestleMania, where the WWE want to make you feel that change is happening, so the NXT or the ex NXT talent get a dramatic big push. It sometimes happens after WrestleMania. All the newcomers suddenly get debuted onto Raw. They win their matches. They go for championships. So even though it's not after WrestleMania, it's still before. I think we could be looking at Nikki or Becky Lynch becoming champion. I say Nikki because she's back. She's a top women's wrestler. So she would be good as champion to put over the future. And I say Becky because the WWE are just waiting to give her run as a champion. They're just waiting. Becky is in line to become champion or have a championship feud chasing the belt. But then I think, okay, so we're saying in the WWE Women's Championship, we're thinking Bailey's going to become champion. That's a face champion. And then on SmackDown, a face champion there too. So maybe Charlotte doesn't drop the belt to Bailey, and then we get a face champion on SmackDown. So there's a heel Raw Women's Champion and a face SmackDown. I know it's quite interesting. This is. Flip's sake, the chat just went a bit weird with me. For me, it's either Becky Lynch, yep, or Naomi. Naomi's been out of the spotlight, out of the shine, out of TV runs for a little while now. Yeah, she's a face, and all of a sudden, her 6 foot giant bodyguard has disappeared. Sorry to the Snookers. So maybe this could be Naomi's way back to the light, and Naomi becomes champion, and she's the unpredictable choice to win. Maybe. I wouldn't really push it by the WWE, but the fact that SmackDown needs impact and great things happening to it as soon as possible, I think they're going to be leaning towards the ones who get the bigger pop, the better reaction, which is Becky or Nikki. I'm not saying no to Naomi. I just think SmackDown needs to look at who the bigger draws are right now to give their show some oomph, some spotlight, shall we say. Now for the main championships. This is where things could get really interesting really fast. So for the SmackDown Championship is Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles. And I'm sorry, Dean Ambrose might have made it to be the champion, but his run has been underwhelming. It's been quite sad. Yes, he's held it for a little while, but to be honest, I'm not excited. I don't really like him as champion. So give it to AJ, the new base that runs the place. Have AJ continue that momentum. Have him a man of his word. And have a champion that actually means business. Because Dean Ambrose is not business. He's not the man to bring the business. He's not. So give it to AJ soon. The match should be all right, though. Dean Ambrose is not a bad in-ring performer, not bad. And if he does his, like Austin said to Dean Ambrose in their podcast together, I want you to go the extra miles. I want you to bring out your persona, your character, bring out Dean Ambrose. Show us who Dean Ambrose is. And I don't think he does. I think he's not as risky as you'd want to see from Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose should be a bit psychotic and crazy. And I don't think we've seen that Dean enough to be called the lunatic and stuff. So yeah, I do hope when he faces AJ, he does keep to his word to Stone Cold Steve Austin during the podcast, and we do see the better Dean Ambrose. WWE Universal Champion Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Jericho, Enzo Amore, Sami Zayn, Big Cass, or Roman Reigns. Let's cancel it down, shall we? Reigns, I don't think the redemption storyline should end right now. And two, management, being Stephanie and Triple H and maybe Mick Foley, are against Reigns. They want to punish Reigns. So to put him in this tournament is not really punishing. So I think Reigns is going to get screwed. Big Cass, the fact you got Big Cass and Enzo Amore in this tournament, in this match, I think they're both in it. But no. As much as the WWE thinking of breaking these two up, yes, their promos are more puns or little cheap pops. How many can they fit in 10 minutes. How many can you fit in 10 minutes? Not even 10 minutes, but you know what I'm saying. Even though that's all they do in their promos, I don't think we've seen enough from them on the main roster to be going down single routes like this. So cross them two off. Sami Zayn being a Raw champion. That injury ankle thing he had on Raw, people were saying it was a work. People were saying it was actually kind of injured during the match. But either way, I don't see Zayn as our champion. Definitely not before Owens. I don't see Zayn doing it. Jericho is not there to be champion. So the whole "you've got my back" thing, I think, is going to end in this match. We're going to have Owens take down Jericho. Maybe Owens pins Jericho to win the match. Rollins, I don't think he'll become champion again. Not yet. He might. I'm not sure what Rollins would do after this match, but I don't think Rollins is winning it. He is definitely one of the top two to win, but I'm going to say Owens. Okay, I want Owens more than predict he's going to win. I think I just want Owens to win this match. But prediction wise, Owens takes out Jericho and Rollins pedigrees Owens when he turns around. So Rollins wins. Rollins to hold the championship until Balor returns. It's out of Rollins or Owens. And I want to say Rollins, and Owens wins the Rumble. Owens wins Money in the Bank. I do think Jericho and Owens are going to break up in this match. I don't really like the tag team. Rollins. But if Jericho and Owens do break up during this match, why do they win at SummerSlam? Why have a team win at SummerSlam if they were going to break up not even a month later? This match is making me think. But it's either going to be Rollins or Owens. I've tried to cancel it down to other names. Going back to the chat. The only issue I have on Raw, the only issue I have on Raw is that Becky, Charlotte, Sasha, before she was unfortunately injured, and Dana, but she's been jobbing. Being seen for me is going to be Becky or Naomi. Paige is suspended, and Alicia and Summer aren't doing anything. If Paige wasn't suspended, injured, she probably would have jobbed to Charlotte, and that's unfortunate. I like Paige, but I think she's been multiple champion already, and she's just a woman now, or she should have been a woman now, to put names over. Not saying she can't become champion again, but because of everything she's done, she's a name to put other women over her now. Dean's run's been kind of boring, so if AJ wins, that'll be a good thing. Ching. Correct, I agree. So a quick overall prediction again. The SmackDown Tag Team Championships, American Alpha or Vaudevillains, in that order. The New Day will face the Club. I scrunched my face up there because there's a possibility that Jericho and Owens don't break up and they go for the tag titles. But I want to say the Club. I want to say the Club really go for it before the next pay-per-view. Rusev's United States Championship. Unless I'm forgetting something, I think he's going to screw Reigns from the Universal Championship match, and their feud will continue. Miz's Intercontinental. Miz's heel champion, so he wouldn't face Corbin because Corbin's a heel, but Corbin did tease going for the championship. I don't know, who would the Miz face? People who are watching this live stream or this video after, who would the Miz face? SmackDown's Women's Championship. I predicted Nikki or Becky Lynch. Raw Women's Championship. I was debating both sides between Charlotte or Bayley. By the end of the feud, I think Bayley will capture it. Maybe not in their first match, though. Maybe not. WWE World Champion, the SmackDown one. Give it to AJ as soon as possible. The Universal Rollins or Owens. Even though the surprise factor would be if they do have Jericho be the one to come out on top. Well, people, that was just a quick last-minute run through my thoughts on the championships. And to be honest, guys, viewers, I'm excited to see what they do with both tag titles. That's a good start. Rusev versus Reigns, if that continues, I'm not excited. I'm kind of worried on how they're going to move that feud going forward. Miz, after his time as champion, his time on the mic, the promo with Daniel Bryan, I look forward to his future being champion and who he faces and eventually drops it to. Both women's championship matches. The SmackDown one has a good group of women wrestlers, so I'll be interested to see who wins there. Bayley and Charlotte, nice to see what the WWE have planned for that feud. AJ possibly defeating Dean Ambrose. The Universal Championship, who it's likely going to be a heel that wins and holds it until Balor returns. That's what I like to think that happens. So overall, the championship matches, most of them are looking quite good going forward. If you've stuck by to watch this live stream, share your thoughts in the comment section below so I can see what you guys think. Till next time, tune in for my next live stream. I've been NJ. What's up? Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.